So my name is Mindaugas Reinikis and I'm a business consultant. My clients are basically the business companies or governmental companies or NGOs. So I do work with either employees or middle management or high management teams. From business side, in government institutions I do work with also leaders, branch leaders or managers. While speaking about NGO, so these are mainly like above 18, so we would consider them as adults. So I would say that 100% of my clients are adults. It is important because we have more and more, I would say, the environment demanding from both employees and employers to think, to act, work, and to organize their work in such an environment more and more. Why? Because, in the last 10 years, I would say, last decade, the FDI, foreign direct investment in Lithuania, especially business, was among the top in Europe. That brought along the money, along with opening new offices. It brought also the different culture, or different cultures, I would say. That also brought different management styles from different business cultures. So in business, it's extremely important. More and more young people work in so-called back offices or support centers or shared service centers, which would, work with Mauritius or UK or United States or Canada or India or wherever. So the skills of intercultural communication is extremely important. So that would be from business side. From government point of view or governmental institutions point of view, that would be pretty much the same story. Because as Lithuania is being an integrated part of European Union, NATO, OECD, other institutions, international institutions, various levels. So basically you have many individuals who are in high need of multinational, multicultural communication skills, understanding, ability to understand other cultures, and to act in this global environment, as well as NGO. So I would say NGO would be even more touched by the globalization because they tackle the common challenges as elsewhere. You see climate change, you see the rich gap, you see the pollution, many things which would be the same problems, the same challenges for different cultures, but they need to search for solutions. Though they need to know how to speak to each other. They should know how to understand what they mean while saying one or other thing. So basically, making a resume is extremely important, and I would tell that while working with the clients. We need to be very careful with the judgment of what the other culture is. But let's not go very theoretically, very practically. I would say that up to 10% from my groups, from my clients, are from other cultures than, let's say, Lithuania or region. Somewhere elsewhere, geographically or mentally or religiously. So I would say up to 10%. Learning by doing. So that's an experience. It's no better way. Just read, speak, talk, listen, explore, travel, learn again. Short answer would be, of course, no. No, totally not. Because when we talk about business trainings, the business language is pretty much the same. When we talk about governmental institutions or individuals who work in the government, so that would be pretty much also the same, because they have this bureaucratic language and they need some specific skills to do that. And also about NGO, talking about NGO and the guys from there. Itself, these are three different cultures, business culture and governmental and NGO culture. These are three different cultures, I would say that. But no different tasks or things to do, it's pretty much the same, and the reactions might be different. Reactions, perceptions might be different. That's an interesting thing as for a trainer. But for participants, and as personally, I was in many seminars by myself, being as a training for trainers, or so it's pretty much the same practice, usually used commonly, and in all the countries, and wherever it stays, in UK, in Germany, wherever I'm going. So of course, that's the first is language thing. Second, it's the perception. And the main thing, you never tell jokes. I mean, never. Because, different jokes in different cultures might be perceived totally different ways. So, repeating myself, just, if you doing this thing, I mean, you're a trainer or a coach or a facilitator or moderator or consultant, I think that goes with no theory, but with practice. And the only advice would be listen, and try to get as much. Okay, that would be like this. Either you feel the context, or you get the context, or not. If you don't get the context, that's very hard to be in that position if you want to be a trainer or a facilitator or a teacher, but it's everywhere. Main advice would be just try to catch the context in all the situations. And then, according to it, then you make decisions what to tell or not to tell, or how to tell and how to do things.